Good afternoon and welcome to the Spring Ordination Celebration for the Spring 2023 Clergy Training Program graduates. I want to start by outlining what this is going to look like for both for our graduates and for those who are here to celebrate with them. For those who are longtime Asatruars, this will likely be a fairly familiar format. And for those who are new to this faith or who may be here as guests or watching this afterwards, want to be sure that you're comfortable and aware of what will be happening.
All right, so we're going to start with some words of welcome. The ordination ritual is going to be led by Dave Nix and Corey Grayhawk. We will hallow our spaces using a smoke cleanse with incense and herbs, or sound for those with allergies or who are indoors. This will be followed by a hammer rite. Then we will offer invocations to invite the gods, ancestors, and Landvater to join us for this special occasion. After the invocation, we will pour offerings to Landvater, ancestors, and gods. We will then move to the central portion of our ritual, which we will do with each graduate in succession. This will be a laying of hands, a community blessing. We will invite those in person to place their hands on the shoulders of the individual being recognized and to form chain hands on shoulders or hand in hand. Those at other locations or joining virtually can stretch their hands forward to offer their support from afar. Once each graduate has been blessed individually, we will offer words to the collective graduates. Then our newly ordained Gothar will light their torches, symbolizing the light and warmth they will be bringing to their communities. We will then close the rituals and release you to celebrate this achievement with your loved ones. Okay, so now, welcome to those assembled, to our spring of 2023 graduates, and to the friends, family, kindred, and community gathered to support them. Their recognition is long overdue, and we appreciate the patience you have shown. Today we are gathering to honor and celebrate the achievement of completing the Clergy Training Program and receiving ordination. We will be having a small ritual ceremony to spiritually recognize your organization, and certificates for the legal recognition should be coming to you in the mail very soon. The truth is that though the Asatru Community has compiled and overseen the training for these clergy members, what makes them Gothar is not any organization, but the community that they serve. With this in mind, we have asked each of our graduates to surround themselves with their own communities and loved ones who will join in the ordination ritual. I will now hand this over to Corey and Dave.
If you would like to cleanse your space using incense, herbs, or if you prefer sound, that's also wonderful. Heimdall, Thor, Freyr, Odin, Freya. We ask that you hallow this space with us, that you join us to celebrate and recognize those who've stepped up to lead their own communities. Please hallow this stead where I sit and the steads of those who have joined us. Goddesses and gods of Asgard, the Aesir and Vanir, we call upon you in all of your names to be here with us today in celebration and recognition. We call to the ancestors of those assembled, to the ancestors of the Norse people and faith, and to the ancestors of the places that we call home. We ask you to join us at this time in this hallowed space to celebrate and recognize these graduates. We call to the spirits of place and home, to the Alfar, the Landvater, and the Whites. We call upon you in all of your names to be here with us in celebration and recognition. We who gather here pour out offerings to the gods, ancestors, and Vatir. We thank you for joining us. Hands, when in service, have the power to bless. Touch that comforts and heals. Hands, when pledged to serve our communities, have the power to transform. Service that strengthens and liberates. We each hold the power of our own community and faith in our hands. Today we unite to support new leaders and new guides in their ordination. We invite everyone who has gathered here as friends and family to join with your clergy member if you're able to be with them in person. You may lay your hands upon the shoulders or arms or hold hands with your graduate, however they are comfortable with that. As a community, you will form a chain that connects everyone in the room. In this way, we will add our blessing, joined together, symbolizing the ancient line of our ancestors that has transformed into our living tradition. Those of you who wish may join hands with somebody who's remaining seated, or you can stand at the back of your person. We will recognize each one individually and bless them in turn. Gothar Phoenix, Luke Kalmar. Gothar Gothar Nifrost. Please step forward. Family, friends, kindred, and gathered community, join us in ordaining Gothar Phoenix Luke Kalmar. Please place your hands on the shoulders, and those of us who are afar, stretch your hand forward towards your screen. May your community find their strength and beauty reflected back in their relationship with Gothar Phoenix. May you, empowered by your spiritual gifts, give voice to your community's inspiring messages and being the sustaining presence, bearing faithful witness to its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn. With this blessing of my gathered community, I will strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the Norse.
I will strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the Norse.
Sharing my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
Sharing my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
We recognize the work that you have done to become a Gothar, and we will be here to support you as you continue on your journey. Hail!
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 Colby, would you please step forward? Family, friends, kindred, and gathered community, join us in ordaining Colby Hartke. Stretch forth your hands towards your screen. May your community find their strength and beauty reflected back in their relationship with Gothar Colby. May you, empowered by this spiritual gift, give voice to your community's inspiring message and be a sustaining presence, bearing faithful witness to its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn.
With this blessing from this community, I will strive to lift up, aid, and guide those who honor the Norse gods, sharing my knowledge, my wisdom, my experience, and my fire with those around me and of my kindred.
Colby, we recognize the work you have done to become a Gothar, and we will be here to support you as you continue on your journey. Hail, Gothar Colby Hartke. Hail!
Hail!
Hail! Geetha Stephanie Vera. Geetha Stephanie. Family, friends, and kindred, gather and join us in ordaining Stephanie Vera. May your community find their strength and beauty reflected back in their relationship with Gothar Stephanie. May you, empowered by your spiritual gifts, give voice to your community's inspiring message and be a sustaining presence bearing faithful witness to its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn.
The blessing of my gathered community, I strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the Norse, sharing my knowledge, my skills, and my time and my fire.
We recognize the work that you have done to become a Gothar, and we will be here to support you as you continue on your journey. Hail, Gothar Stephanie.
Hail.
Hail. Thank you. Please sit back.
Gothi, Stephen, Adam, Viros, in your community, if you'd step forward, because I see that you have guests. Family, friends, and kindred, if you would join me in placing your hands on Gothi, Stephen. For those that are joining from distance, please again reach out. May your community find their strength, beauty reflected back in their relationship with you, Gothi, Stephen. May you, empowered by your spiritual gifts, give voice to your community. May you provide inspiring messages, be sustained by the presence, bearing fruitful witness to its visions. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn.
In front of my peers and my support, I vow to share my knowledge with my community and serve their needs, to be a beacon of light in their darkness, to create frith within my community for those worshiping the Azir and otherwise.
We recognize the work you have done to become a Gothar. We will be here to support you as you continue your journey. Hail, Gothi, Stephen. Thank you.
Hail!
Hail!
Hail.
Gothar Nick M. Harvey. Gothar Lokia Ragnarsson. Please step forward.
Is that my own point?
Family, friends, kindred, and gathered community, join us in ordaining Gothar Nick M. Harvey, also known as Gothar Lokia Ragnarsson. If you're in person, please place your hands on their shoulders, or, as we have been from a distance, stretch your hands forward towards your screen. May your community find their strength and beauty reflected back in their relationship with Gothar Lokia Ragnarsson. May you, empowered by your spiritual gifts, give voice to your communities, inspiring messages, and be a sustaining presence, bearing faithful witness to its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn. With the blessing of my gathered community,
the blessing of my gathered community,
I strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the Norse.
I strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the Norse,
Sharing my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
sharing my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
Hail.
Hail!
Hail.
Thank you.
Hail!
And last but certainly not least, Gothi Daniel Lamont McKenzie Jr. Please step forward. Those of us who are joining from afar, please stretch your hands forward to the screen. Daniel, may your community find their strength and beauty reflected back in their relationship with you. May you, empowered by your spiritual gifts, give voice to your community's inspiring message and be a sustaining presence bearing faithful witness to its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn.
With the blessing of my gathered community, I strive to serve and lift up those who honor the gods of the North, sharing my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
We recognize the work you have done to become a Gothar, and we will be here to support you as you continue on your journey. Hail, Gothi Daniel.
Hail.
Yeah, I'm getting my notes ready.
Okay, gotcha.
So for those of you that are here, this is one of the first times we've done this ceremony, or this is the first time. And in discussing it, Courtney and I had multiple discussions as far as what would best represent Gothi going forward. My first recommendation was the shield because Tag is known for the shield wall, but Gothar are not warriors. And we discussed that for a little bit. But what you do is you hold the light for the community to bring people in and to provide offering and wisdom. And that's where we went with the torch. You are the beacon of hope for the community as we move forward. And we're going with Kinas. Kinas to the living, familiar of flame, is blinding and brilliant. It burns most often where royal folk are resting, from the Anglo-Saxon rune poem. And the second thing that jumps up, and this should bring to everyone as we've entered into the spring season. Some people fire he needs, who is coming in, cold to the knee. Food and clothing are what a man needs, who fares over icy falls. The words of Odin. The second thing he tells us in the words of the High One. You are giving the words of the High One to the community as you go forth as Gothis. That's your role, to help lead your community. You're a Gothar not because we decided it. Your community did. We provided you the training through the Clergy Training Program, but it was your quest for knowledge that is igniting this torch. It's your spark of passion that got you here, that's kept you going through everything. And if anything over the last year has told us anything, it's not going to be easy. There are going to be points in life that it's going to be hard. And that's when it matters that you're there for the community. Because that's when the community needs you most. It's not when you want to do it. It's when the community needs you. And they will look to you at times of needs. So may those around you feel the light and the warmth of your torches. May they see that light, that burning passion, come to you for wisdom, and may you lead them safely through whatever troubles they find. May your knowledge light the fires of your community and grow the generations to come. So with that, I welcome the new generation. I welcome you all, and I ask that you light your torches because I want you to actually feel the warmth of the flame. I want you to feel all of it.
I made fun but unsafe decisions.
Nobody burn your house down, okay? Just don't.
Well, I picked a flame retardant material for purpose.
That's an unwise decision, Corey.
I have a fire extinguisher.
Colby, I want you to feel,
I'm glad I
I want
did
you
this
to feel the
outside.
warmth of a fire at Braeburn. Colby,
yours.
that's the flame I want you to feel.
This is your flame. This is your knowledge to carry forward. And just as mine struggled because it needed more fuel at times, you're going to need to find that knowledge, that fuel to keep you going too. So to the next generation, to the new Gothar, we welcome you. Go forth, light your fire, share your communities, share your knowledge, share your warmth. Welcome.
So, hands when in service have the power to bless. Touch that comforts and heals. Hands when pledged to serve our communities have the power to transform. Service that strengthens and liberates. We each hold the power of our community and our faith in our hands. Today, we unite in support of our new leaders and guides for their ordination. As we stretch forth our hands, the laying on of hands blessings, this symbolizes the ancient line of ancestors transforming into our living tradition.
So I don't know, Cameron, if you have anybody with you, but for everybody else, so if you have anyone with you, they can place their hand on your shoulder. For the rest of us, as before, please reach out, share your energy with Cameron. We ask that you stretch towards the screens. Cameron, may your community find strength, beauty reflected back in their relationship with Gothi Cameron. May you, empowered by your spiritual gift, give voice to your community, inspire messages, and be sustained presence for the faithful. Witness its vision. May your knowledge flow like mead from a horn. If you repeat after me, with the blessing of my community,
with the blessing of my community,
I strive to lift up those
I strive to lift up those
who honor the gods of the Norse,
who honor the gods of the Norse,
share my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
share my knowledge, my skills, my time, and my fire.
We recognize the hard work that you have done to become a Gothar. We will be here to support you as you continue your journey. Hail, Gothi Cameron.
Hail. Gothi Cameron.
Hail to all of you.
Hail. Though Tak is known for its shield wall, the Gothi should be known as a light to light the way in the darkness. So carry your knowledge forward for the community and be that light in the darkness to guide people. So that's what we ask of you. The symbology is Kinas. And the second stanza of the Havamal, those that are cold are going to need clothing. They're going to need knowledge. So we ask that you go forth and give that knowledge even in times of need.
With honor.
I'll light one for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you all for being here today. I do hope that that this was meaningful for you.
It was.
Good. And, as the program progresses, you're going to continue to have access to the information. And as we create new classes, you guys will be welcome and encouraged to continue on your education. And we're going to be here to support you however we can. So thank you so much for being here and for being part of our community and for doing what you're doing in your own local communities. Because that's so important. I hope that you guys get to go celebrate with your family and friends, and that you have a wonderful evening. Thank you to the gods and the ancestors and the Vater who have joined us today. Go if you must, stay if you will.
Go burn your house down.
Nobody burned the house down. Be safe.
We didn't.
I first asked the Gothi, I will not burn my house down.